and it's preparing it. Setting up the meeting. Okay, so you guys can share if you're catching the replay or if you're live with me now, something that you're grateful for today, starting it in super high vibe, positive energies. Awesome, it's streaming onto Facebook, so I can close that out and also record it here. All the different technology things. Awesome. Okay, so you guys are here to increase your impact and income in the world. And this is the last masterclass I'm going to do for a little while. So we're going to do it in a tiny different bit of energy. I was totally getting like a million downloads in the shower before this. I'm like, okay, we're going to like play with the feminine energy, how it's flowing in right now, and like new downloads and fun things. So Nadine, kitties and coffee. Love it. I love kittens so much. I'm like, I wish that we could like play and like go to like kitten cafes and like all the stuff like we used to be doing before. Alyssa says Massachusetts, and I'm grateful for good friends and for birthday dinners today. Ooh, happy birthday. Is it your birthday today? I can't hear you. Is it like in the future?
Yeah, next week.
Yay! Well, happy early birthday and yay for birthday dinners. Yay!
And husbands who make tomato soup.
Ooh, very nice. Awesome. Okay, so tonight we're going to do it in a slightly different energy because essentially, like the container of how to increase your impact and income, the 3-month thing officially started on Tuesday. So the people who are in there are just like incredible souls. And we did an intro night where like everyone explained who they are, who they serve, all these beautiful, magical, wonderful things. And I'm just like so in love with everyone in the container. And I still have this sense that there's souls who are just like divinely guided to go in. So this is also just like a gentle nudge for anyone who's on the fence, who's feeling called to, who's live or on the replay, who's like feeling that nudge. So if you want to have a private conversation with me about this, you can also totally do that. But what I really want to share today is like, and was coming through very clearly in all the downloads right before this, is like, you get to show up and shine your gifts in the world right now. Like the world very much needs everyone standing in their light and their truth from an overflowing cup, serving the people that they're meant to serve, that they're here to serve in the world. And it gets to be something that lights you up. It gets to be something that serves and supports you. It gets to be this most amazing experience for yourself. So that's just like the biggest message that I want to share. Like some light workers are like, oh my gosh, like the word's burning and there's all these fires on the West Coast and Colorado and all these different things. And a million people have a different million perspectives of what's happening and the reasons why and all the stuff in between. And what I keep just feeling so called to doing is like, how can I show up? How can I be the change I wish to see in the world? How can I create the things that will support other people going through hardships right now? How can I flow and move and support other people? How can I be more grounded? How can I support myself so that I'm serving from an overflowing cup? All those kinds of things. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of that energy when I do the downloads today. So anyone who's not familiar with me, I'll do a brief intro. I'm Laura McPhee. I'm a joyful goddess, a speaker, healer, and coach, and I love empowering other light workers to shine their light brightly and increase their impact and income in the world. And I'm really fucking good at it because I'm a reflector. Like I'm literally made to amplify the people around me. So it's not so great with like the haters in the world, which was like very interesting with the Zoom bombing last week. And getting like negative experiences with people who like feel shitty about themselves. But for light workers, oh my God, I'm a fucking amplifier. Like in human design, there's 4 types. There's manifesting generators, reflectors, and projectors. So reflectors, which is what I am, is 1%. So all the other design types have some kind of like blockages going on in their systems. And reflectors, yay, the special 1% of the population who's like the like meter stick for the rest of the world and like literally mirrors them back. I get to literally just in the presence of people. So the beautiful souls who are tuning live and on the replay, you get to experience in the presence of a reflector all of your channels being opened and experience yourself being amplified like more than 10x, like amplifying your light, your gifts, your love, and also the negative pieces, the like shadow parts you might not necessarily want to normally look at, but we get to clear, release, and let go of on all levels. So we can make space for what we're desiring. Like everything that's coming out for us with 2020, with lockdowns, with the movements that are moving, with fires, with everything going on, like we get to choose to be the change that we wish to see in the world right now. And it's been super interesting as I continue to evolve and up level and have way different levels of clients where they're like incredible, like visionary light workers and leaders who are like here, soul driven to have a mission on this planet that they're like, this was my divine assignment. Like, this is what my soul has contracts here to do on this earth. So you get to like show up in your power. And I would love to be a support for that. If it's this next hour, beautiful, amazing, and awesome. If it's for the next level journeys, if it's for one of my digital programs, amazing. Like, I am so unattached to like individual people and individual energies. It's more like just this almost like fuel to the fire, like not in the negative ways, but like if you get to like have the spaciousness in your ability to like watch a video for an hour or like join a container, whether it's with me or anyone else, where you get to like shine your light brighter and do your work in the world and like clear release and let go of all the bullshit that's been holding you back, the gaps between where you're at and where you want to be, like it's so important to do this work. So anyone who's like on, I just like love and adore you so much and love the people who are on the replay as well. So much because you get to show up for yourself. You get to show up for yourself and for others. And it's just like super, I don't know, like soul nourishing, fulfilling. It lights me up. Like I'm on my period right now. And I was kind of like, okay, like let's do some new energies to like move this through so that I can be like hyped up energy. And like, this is my soul's mission. Like I get so excited about this and like, I'm barely not even my body. I'm like, I don't notice that I had cramps like an hour ago. Like it's so good to be in your soul's purpose. And I wish that for everyone. Like, if your soul's purpose is to like make food for people, like I'm so grateful for the people who made me food today. Like I'm so grateful that I get to like go out and support local businesses and that they get to contribute to my mission in the world by like feeding me nourishing, healthy food. Like it's so important to not like label yourself as like, oh, I'm only here or I'm only at this place or I have all these limiting beliefs or I haven't done this or I'm a newbie coach or I'm whatever your stories are. Like own your space in the world right now. Own that you have done work. You've done personal development work. There's no way that you're seeing me in any way, shape, or form if you haven't done some level of like healing, growth, expansion, personal development work. So you get to like claim your space, claim everything that you've learned, all the gifts that you have, all of the extraordinary talents or certifications or healing modalities that you have. Like you get to claim that and be like, I have these things. Like, yes, you're always going to be a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. So you get to keep growing and keep evolving and keep expanding and work on yourself. And you get to serve and support every single soul who's at least one step behind you, who's coming to you for support and guidance that you choose to be working with. Like, this is so exciting to me because there's more people who are raising their hands right now. Like there's more people who are like, I need mental health support. I'm suicidal. I'm not okay with what the fuck's going on in the world right now and how it all seems crashing down. Like there's more people waking up. There's more people that need help. And we as light workers, coaches, healers, mentors, people who get to support them, who are in a space where we're good, where we've learned how to have self-care rituals. We've learned how to take care of ourselves. We have like a boat in the ocean that we can invite people who are drowning or kind of struggling on and be like, hey, would you like to come on my boat? That's like all about ease and grace and love or whatever version of your thing that you're here for. So I really invite you to like look at the things, and we're going to do a ton of clearings tonight. So like look at the things that are currently coming up in your world. Are you not wanting to like look at something that's pissing you off or frustrating you? Or you're not wanting to look at your money, or you're not wanting to look at things that make you so sad and like grief that's coming up? Like what is actually in your sphere right now that's getting triggered, that's showing up in your world, that's ready to be cleared, released, and let go, because you get to release them now. We're going to create the space for that. I'm going to do a ton of downloads like I always do. And for anyone new to me, I'm doing theta healing downloads. So we just tap into your theta brainwave because I'm a theta healer. So we move naturally and normally into your theta brainwave every single night when you go to sleep. And during this process, all you have to do, it's super simple, it like seems too good to be true, which most things can be in life. They can be amazing and just ease and flow and grace. We just get to receive it like that and surrender to letting life be that easy. All you have to do is say yes to receive the download. So it just clears out the subconscious limiting beliefs that have been holding you back so you can live the life of your dreams. You can increase your impact and income. You can step into your abundant identity and live the life that you're desiring with the people that you desire around it as well. So I'm super excited to do those downloads and just to start everyone off to like clear anything that's like come up for anyone. since the last time we were on, I know some beautiful people were also here last week. Yay! And then for anyone else who's brand new to me, then you can just shut your eyes for a second, ground into this moment, taking some deep cleansing breaths. And you want to clear, release, and let go completely on all levels. The junk, negative energies, negative emotions, heaviness, weight, pressure, responsibility that's been holding you back. The old limiting belief systems, memories, or cell blockages that have prevented you from stepping into the life that you're desiring, or that have been holding you back from feeling how you've been desiring to feel. And if you'd like to clear, release, and let go of all of that completely on all levels, you can say yeah. And you want to clear, release, and let go completely on all levels. The past experiences of your life where you're fearing that history is going to repeat itself. That last month's income, last month's profitability, last year's income or revenue stream is going to continue to be repeated or get worse. That you can clear, release, and let go of those fears and worries and self-doubts around your ability to show up and serve others, around any and all imposter syndrome or feeling like a fraud or not good enough, that you'll be rejected and that you won't be loved for showing up and doing your work in the world and for taking care of yourself so that you can do so from a place that feels like an overflowing cup for you. And if you would like all of that, you can say yes. And just breathing through that. That's a little bit bigger for some people. You can also like stretch out, move your body, helping the energy shift out. And it's also super important to be hydrated during any and all energy clearings. So do you also want to clear, release, and let go of any and all overwhelm, chaos, fear, inner critic judgments, and that like self-sabotage of like beating yourself up and calling yourself negative names or feeling like you're not good enough? Do you want to clear, release, and let go of all of that old energy from your system? And if you would like that, you can say yes. Okay, and I love some shares. How's that feeling in everyone's body? Sometimes there's tingles, sometimes there's heat, sometimes you're feeling lighter or you're aware of another sensation in your body. So I'm curious if you're on Facebook or if you're in Zoom, you can definitely chat in the box how you're feeling. Awesome. And Connie had said, happy birthday earlier. Yay. Awesome. And if you don't feel called to share, you also don't have to feel called to share. You can keep it to yourself. Okay, so during tonight, we're going to go through the 3 keys to increasing your impact and income because it can be simple, it can be easy. It can be something that isn't this like big mountain you have to like climb and like dredge through or like crawl up. Like some people totally have that energy around their business. And if you have that experience where you feel like your business has taken a long time, that it's not working, or a project or a pitch or an offer or a program just like isn't working, isn't coming together, it's like been hard or feeling like an uphill battle, if that energy is coming through for you, and if you would like to clear, release, and let go of that and see from your higher power's perspective the truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding around what is actually going on in your field, what you were trying to learn from that experience, so you can mark that lesson is complete now. And if you would like that, you can say yes. Okay, and stuff in my head. Beautiful. So we'll do some getting into your body, a little bit of clearing there too tonight. And the 3 keys to moving forward, to closing the gaps between where you're at and where you're desiring to be, is 1, clearing, releasing, and letting go of your limiting belief systems that have been holding you back, that have created the gaps between where you're at right now and where you're desiring to be. The second one is creating and stepping into and embodying your abundant identity, your wealthy woman or your wealthy man, like stepping into that version of yourself. And the third one is harmonizing your masculine feminine energy. And that is a very powerful piece that not a lot of people are talking about. And I've been on a lot of other people's platforms recently. And it's very intriguing how people have been almost like indoctrinated into like, this is the only way of success. Hypermasculine energy, go, 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 produce, 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 output, output, output. Or even in the coaching industry, like there's segments of it that are about like bro marketing tactics and manipulation and not real scarcity and like just gross, lying, manipulative, like NLP, say this word, get them to do this thing, get them to buy. And it's also created like a lot of gross energy in people's systems where they're like, oh, that gave me a bad taste of a coach, an experience, a program. I don't want to be like that. Or they're in it and they're like, but like, I don't want to have to do this. And I don't want to have to like sell my soul and like be out of alignment with my truth and not listen to myself and not listen to my intuition and like go hyper masculine energy all the time. Like, you don't have to do it that way. That is a segment of a small portion of the world that chooses to live or operate through like hustle and hardship and struggle and all their choices, but it doesn't have to be that way. And you don't have to like live by the old paradigm of hypermasculine energy being the only way to be successful. So we're also going to do some clearings and downloads for that. And like that is such a big pivotal piece that I find that people will sometimes have resistance to looking at that, to diving deeper into their feminine, or if they've already done a lot of deep dive feminine work, then inviting their masculine back in and healing those areas in themselves where the masculine has hurt them, even like their own energy inside of themselves, where they're like, yeah, I want super hyper masculine energy and overachiever mode, and I get it. I was a perfectionist and people pleaser, and hyper masculine energy climbing the corporate ladder was burning out. Like, masculine energy in an unhealthy or toxic format can totally hurt your body, can create nervous system memory of like, that's bad. Like getting in workaholic mode or hyper masculine energy is going to like be bad, but you can utilize your masculine energy. And sometimes people prefer like yin and yang energy instead of doing it that way. Most of my people tend to like the verbiage of masculine feminine, so I'm going to keep using that, but you can also totally substitute in your head yin and yang, because there can be a happy, harmonized balance between them where you can move and flow from one situation to the next. And just because that's coming up actually a little bit earlier in the session, like usually that's last key, but sometimes I don't get enough time to like dive as deep into it because we're kind of like going deeper into the other pieces. Let's spend more time there tonight because I'm feeling like very feminine flow energy and like super like in tune with like super divine guidance, which I love. Um, so let's just do some clearings on it. Do you want to clear, release, and let go of the illusion and the old ways of being, the old habits, the old rituals, the old thoughts and stories that have been holding you back around what you should be doing, around the I need to sacrifice, I need to struggle, I need to put in a million hours a week into my business in order for it to work or in order to help someone else, that it needs to be difficult in order to work, and that you have to follow someone else's XYZ cookie cutter guru mold of what got them success in order for you to have success. You can clearly let go of any and all like bullshit strategies or rules or marketing tactics that aren't in alignment with you. Any and all sleazy sales or gross energy around like, this doesn't sit well in my nervous system, in that I don't want to be in it or perpetuate it to others or share it with others. You can clear, release, and let go of any and all of those old energies, old memories, old thought systems that aren't supportive for you in moving forward in your most inspired action steps. And if you'd like to clear, release, and let go of all of that on all levels, you can say yes. And do you want to know what that looks like and feels like to be in a harmonious balance with yourself? To give yourself permission to move in your divine inspired action steps, and that you know what that looks like and feels like in your life, in your romantic partnership, in your business, in your friendships, as you move through your day, that you can see from your higher power's perspective how to move in that inspired action step for yourself. And if you'd like all of that, you can say yes. So then if you don't have your eyes shut, I'll invite you to do so and just take a couple deep grounding breaths with that last piece. And then if you do a scan from the top of your head, moving down to just be aware of any and all energies in your body that are coming to the surface, that are making themselves known to you right now, that are old and no longer serving you and ready to be released right now. It's just breathing into them as they come up, as you notice them. And just noticing them. Moving to the next one. And then I'll get you to pick the most prominent one or the most painful one that's coming up in your system. The most prominent energy that's ready to be released right now. And move all of your focus and awareness and attention on it. And just notice how much space that's taking up in your body. Noticing what color it is. And if you touch that old energy, what kind of temperature would it have? And what kind of texture would it have? And we're going to safely move that old energy that's no longer serving you safely outside of your body through your higher power. And fill out that space where it used to occupy in your body with unconditional love and healing energy. And if you would like that, you can say yes. And just take some deep breaths with that. And you want to know what it looks like and feels like for your higher power to be separate from that old energy. Know that it's safe to cut any and all cords, contracts, or commitments to that old energy so that it can be safely removed from your body without any attachments any longer to you. And if you would like that, you can say yes. And now that this old energy is safely outside of your body, without any connection to you in any way, we're going to ask it a question if you desire to. And we're just going to allow the first thought, first feeling to come to the surface. What were you trying to teach me? And just allowing that to come through. And you want to know from your higher power's perspective what you were trying to learn from that, to deepen the clarity and understanding in yourself of that old energy and any and all other frequencies that are similar to that, so you can mark these lessons as complete now. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And you want to clear, release, and let go of any and all painful memories and experiences and toxic people or toxic emotions or like upheaval energy around trying to learn that the hard way. That you can clear, release, and let go of all of that old energy now and replace it with love and support. And if you would like that, you can say yes. And you want to give yourself permission to move forward in inspired action steps on your journey, to move with your divine feminine flow and the harmonized masculine energy that supports it, that creates the structure and the container for your feminine to flow, and to allow yourself permission to step into this next level version of yourself. That you can allow yourself to release and let go of your old identity, whatever that was, however you were seeing yourself, however other people were seeing you, that you can feel safe in releasing that old identity now, and that you can step into your truth. You can even more deeply connect with your soul self, with the divine assignment that you have on this earth, with the other divine beings who are here to support you, both on this plane and on the others. And that you can really truly connect with that energy, connect with your higher self, connect with your higher power, be that God, creator, source energy, the universe, Mother Earth. That you know that this is your birthright, that you're worthy and deserving of having this consistent connection in your life and in your world and in your field. And that you can give yourself permission to embody this even more deeply in your life. And if you would like all of that, you can say yes. And you want to know who you are and what your life looks like with all of this, with peace and pleasure and prosperity and ease, and you in your power and confidence and conviction and leadership, supporting yourself and supporting others from your overflow, and choosing that and having the boundaries and standards and communication skills to do that, and that you can continue to grow into that being, that embodiment, that man or woman that has this fully in their lives and is present to what's coming up and gets to continue to harmonize and play with that masculine energy flow on a minute by minute basis so that it is serving and supporting you to the fullest extent. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And then we can get your higher power to transmute that old energy into unconditional love and send it into the ethers. And if you would like that, you can say yes. And take some deep cleansing breaths. And you guys can check in with your bodies, giving yourself a moment, noticing that energy, how it's feeling in that space where it used to live. And if you feel called to sharing that in the chat and here on Facebook land, then you can definitely do that. Okay, so there was tension in my glutes and back of thighs. Yeah, releasing old energy and letting it release and let go. And then not going with the flow. Yeah, there was definitely some of that energy to give yourself permission. Okay, and just breathing into that new thing. If you're like a little bit like, woo, you can put your feet flat on the ground. Breathe. You can wiggle your fingers and toes to be like, I'm back in my body. And if you want, you can also like root your feet into the earth. So you can imagine that there's like roots coming out of your toes or the bottoms of your feet that go deep, deep, deep into Mother Earth. Deep, 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 deep down. And then you can pull that beautiful core Mother Earth energy up into your body and ground you. Just breathing into that. It's coming up deep from my fascia. Yeah, definitely. So just breathing and drinking water and staying hydrated. Okay. So I like how we're kind of like reverse engineering the energy today because usually I do the keys like one, two, three. Now the second one's coming through of like stepping into and embodying your abundant identity and having a better relationship with money and your finances and your rates and your offerings and your work in the world and how it's perceived by others and how it's perceived by you so that you can be more convicted around it, that you can call in your soulmate clients who are ready and willing and able and excited and grateful to invest with you as their support, as a coach or healer or mentor on their journey, that you can step into that even more fully. So, for this, I'm going to get you guys to shut your eyes and just think about that next level, abundant version of yourself. What's she look like? What's he feel like? Just feeling into that next level version of yourself. And what gaps are coming up between where you're at right now on your journey and where you're desiring to be, if that's a month from now, a year from now, 20 years from now, whatever long that you feel like it's going to take to step into that next level abundant version of yourself. Just really connect, notice the differences between who you are today and the version of yourself that you're stepping into. So, this next level version of yourself, what do they look like? How are they holding themselves? What's their presence feel like? What's their posture like? What's just this like vibe around them? What's that feel like to you? What clothing are they wearing? Just noticing any little intricate details that are coming up in your visualization. And if you're not getting all the little details, that's beautiful and amazing and awesome as well. If you're noticing colors or sensations or feelings, that's beautiful as well. Without any judgment, just noticing what they look like, what they feel like. And then notice the environment around them. Where are they? Are they in a home or an office? Are they on a beach? Are they traveling the world? Noticing the level of energy in the environment around them. Does it feel like super high vibe and good and clean or luxurious? How does it feel around them in the environment that they're in? And then just noticing who else is around them. Who's their partner? How does that dynamic work between them and their partner? So it could be a romantic partner, it could be a business partner, someone that you're just collaborating with on a project. What's that energy? What's that dynamic feel like? And then who else is there? Do you have friends or family around? This next level abundant version of you. Who's surrounding you? Who are your peers now? And like let everything come through. If like Tony Robbins and Oprah are coming through, allow it to come through without any judgment. If you're not totally seeing the faces or not totally knowing the names or the energies of it, just allow yourself to like sit in this energy and know and trust that you'll receive deeper clarity. The more time you spend there, the more relaxed and surrendered you are. And that this will also integrate over time as well. So just breathing, just noticing who's surrounding you, this next level abundant identity version of yourself. And then who do you serve? Who is your ideal soulmate client at this next level? What do they look like? What do they feel like? What are their pain points right now that you can so serve and support them with? And what are their desires? What are the goals that you get to celebrate with them as you both move forward, as you support them on their journey? What epic celebrations do they have? Do you guys get to do like little dance parties? Just feeling into that energy of you serving your soul tribe, your soul community, your soul clients on this earth. How does that feel in your body and your system as this next level version of yourself? And now that you spent some time connecting with your next level abundant identity, just have a conversation with them. Allow yourself to receive in this moment or as it integrates as you go to sleep tonight. Allow yourself to have this conversation with them. Ask them any questions that your heart desires. You can express gratitude to them, whatever's coming up. It's an open communication channel for you. You can ask one last lingering question. And then you can thank them for connecting, for sharing. You can express gratitude for them, for yourself, for taking this time to connect with them, for giving yourself permission to see new pieces or parts or feel new energies around stepping into this next level for yourself. And just breathing into this open hearted, grateful energy. And do you want to know what it looks like and feels like to step into and fully embody this next level version of yourself with ease, speed, grace, joy, love, and pleasure on your journey. That you can clear, release, and let go of any and all old belief systems or stories or rules that were preventing you from doing this, that were preventing you from stepping forward with ease or building momentum on your journey. That you can clear, release, and let go of the hardship, the struggle, the hustle, the burnout, the fears of failure, of making mistakes, of fucking up, of doing it wrong. You can clear, release, and let go of all of those now and mark those old lessons as completely on all levels. And that we can also resolve this on a history level as well, so you can move forward. And if you would like all of that, you can say yes. Just breathing with it. You want to clear, release, and let go of any and all money blocks, old limiting belief systems around what money is, if it's corrupt or bad or sleazy or salesy or broken or wrong or manipulative or fill in the blank bad thing about money. That you can clear, release, and let go of all of those old stories and illusions now, so you can see the truth that money is simply an energy, and it's an energy exchange for value you're supporting another soul with. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And you want to clear, release, and let go of any and all old like attachment and like white knuckle gripping to like money or a certain number in your savings account and it never going below that number and it always needing to be that number, or the other side of like just getting money the fuck out of your wallet. That like money doesn't stay with you, that is burning a hole in your wallet, that it doesn't stay with you, that it abandons you or rejects you. You can clear, release, and let go of both sides. Whatever one that you fall on, whatever one you lean more or less towards. You can clear, release, and let go of all those old belief systems that haven't been serving you. And if you would like that, you can say yes. And you want to clear, release, and let go of your fears around being a business owner, around the struggles that that could create in your life, around not knowing how to handle money, not know how to look at accounting reports, not knowing how to grow a team or grow your business into a scalable empire that this next level abundant version of yourself just has already figured out. That you can clear, release, and let go of all the fears and the worries of not having all the how to's figured out yet. That you can give yourself permission to truly be exactly where you're at on your journey right now in this present moment. And that you can allow yourself to continue moving forward in your divine, inspired action steps, one baby step at a time on your journey. And that you can give yourself permission to do so and the grace and the spaciousness to be exactly where you're at, moving forward on your journey with ease. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And you want to give yourself permission to receive money, to be open and receptive and available to even more money in your system, in your world, in your bank account, in your business as profit. And if you would like that, you can say yes. And you want to clear, release, and let go of any and all other like scarcity energies that are coming up in your fields around money or finances or what's going on in the world or what's going on in other people's wallets. So you can clear, release, and let go of all of that scarcity energy and the constriction and like cut off energy or shut down energy around that, that you can release all of that from yourself completely in all levels. And also the suppressed energy that's just like nervous to come through, that it can be released without you needing to like nitpick what exact memory or thought or relationship that came from or where the story came from, that you can just allow that suppressed energy to be released with ease without stories, and that it can be replaced with unconditional love from your higher power. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. Just breathing with that one. That was kind of big for some people, just allowing the suppressed energies to be released with every breath. If you want to like make noises or like allow it to come out, you can totally do that. Just breathe heavily, like exhaling it out of your system, releasing all of the scarcity. And you also want to release and let go of the scarcity around your time, around what you think is possible and the amount of hours you have available to yourself in the day. Do you want to clear, release, and let go of the scarcity around your resources or the tools or trainings you have or the level that your company or your business is at right now, that you can clear, release, and let go of the scarcity subconscious belief systems that have been holding you back or keeping you stuck? And if you'd like that, you can say yes. Again, breathing that out, really moving it through you. Do you want to forgive on all levels? The different people in your life and kind of the collective as a whole for teaching you scarcity, that there's only so many hours in a day, that there's only so much of this, that there's just that anything that's created scarcity in your world that is ready to be released and let go, that you can forgive everyone who's put that belief system on you, who's shared it with you, who's reinforced it in your world. And if you'd like to clear, release, and let go of that and forgive them on all levels for being an actor on your stage, and forgiving yourself as well for any and all roles and responsibilities that you played in it as well. And if you would like that, you can say yes. Again, just breathing through that energy. Because this is coming through, would you like to send unconditional love back through any and all ancestral lines that had scarcity and hardship and struggle in them? That unconditional love from your higher power can be sent back through those lines and also forward through any and all generations that will come through you. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And just breathing as that energy is moving through. Beautiful. So now we're going to integrate all of those changes. I'm also going to offer you a general healing for any and all other areas of your body, life, and business that are ready to be healed right now, and fill you up with your higher powers, unconditional love, compassion, peace, and prosperity. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And taking some final deep cleansing breaths, really allowing the energy to move through and integrate. And then I'd love for you guys to check in with your body, check into how you're feeling, any sensations, and let me know how that's feeling in the chat. And again, whether you're on live or the replay, I do always check my replays. I love, love, love engaging with people and seeing how the energy supported them. And if you have a friend or a lightworker friend or a coach or a healer or mentor that you're like, oh my gosh, they totally need these clearings to like up level into the next level abundant version of themselves and do it with ease, speed, grace, joy, and love, definitely feel free to tag them. I'm like sharing this on my Facebook right now. So you can tag them in the comments there. You can share it on your page. You can share it privately with them. Just copy the link. Yeah, because this is definitely feeling like a big, just like healing and offering for light workers right now to be like stepping into your next level version of yourself with ease. And it gets to be easy. Grounding back into your body, especially for the people who tend to go like, ooh. It's like, it's so fun to live up here. Grounding back into the 3D human plane, into the body, drinking more water if you need to drink more water to be hydrated right now, giving yourself that space. Hmm. So then I'm going to get Connie to pop in the chat an invitation to next steps if you're feeling called to it on your journey. If you're feeling called to more like just healing downloads like this, I've also done a number of free masterclasses all the way back from like end of April, May, of how to increase your impact and income. None of them have done the exact ABC, same structure. They all have unique healing downloads. They all have different gold nuggets in them. So whatever is coming up for you, just like trust your divine timing and like, oh, I'm feeling called to click on that one. If you click on the ones from last week, it has clearings for like haters and trolls and being Zoom bombed. Because now I know that Zoom bombings are a thing. So yeah, it's just like here to support light workers. And if that's all that I support people with, I'm like so excited and grateful that I get to support other light workers because it is so deeply fulfilling and nourishing to me that I get to support other light workers and helping other people. That like the waves of change that I've been connected to for so long are like starting to materialize. Like when I see my clients shining their light and creating posts, impacting other people and inspiring them, and then seeing their clients' testimonials of how they've supported them and stepped up and like influenced them or their communities, like that just lights my soul up so much. And that's like so my work in the world. And earlier this week I joined a 6-week challenge of like up leveling to the next level version of myself. And they worked us through this like process of like connecting to your next level vision. So part of my homework was to share it with people. And I'm like, I'm also going to share it on my masterclass because I'm feeling very called to do that in the moment. So my vision and the reason why I've been doing how to increase your impact and income, those levels of courses and programs, and why I have a digital course on it now, and why I'm very likely going to do, I'm feeling into like a 9-month program in 2021 around it too, to like really deep dive and really like propel people forward. And this is just like me kind of sharing the behind the scenes because I'm always like open and vulnerable and transparent of like what I'm going through and how I'm working and how I'm flowing. So I was called to do this because during the lockdowns, when things were getting harder for people, all of my clients were like, I'm so grateful that you're my business coach, that you're my business mentor, that you're supporting me through all these limiting beliefs, that I can keep showing up, that I didn't give up on my business, that I'm able to grow another income stream online, that I'm able to like thrive in my business right now. Like my clients and the people around me who are actively working and growing on their business are thriving right now because light workers are being called to co-create a new way of the planet, the more awakened, loving, healed, heart-centered way that we get to choose to be the change in the world right now without thinking that people are bad or broken or wrong or damaged for living in a different reality or choosing different things right now. Like we get to show up choosing a different way, being embodied in our happiness or joy or bliss or pleasure or whatever you're like feeling called to embody in the moment. Like you get to share that with the world and your people, and you get to create that change. And even if it's to one person, if you're feeling called to create one post or one Facebook Live, and it reaches and touches that one soul that has a soul contract to be inspired by you, to have the medicine that you're sharing support them as their 3D human journey, like it makes huge ripple effects. And it's so important to just like step up and serve. So my vision when they're like moving me through the process earlier this week was this like gorgeous like greenery, like forest, and then like an open valley with like beautiful clear water going through it, and just this like self-sustaining community that's built from the intention and from the heart-centered space of love and supporting the world and supporting each other and connection and community and trust and loving each other and caring about our neighbors and all those beautiful things. And far beyond, like way before the lockdown started happening, I was totally like, ooh, I love traveling a lot, but I like having home bases. So I think I'm gonna make like light worker pod communities around the world. And this is me just like sharing my vision and like inspiring others to also share their visions and share it with other people, because the more I've spoken my vision into the world, even before this, before I got like even more clarity on it earlier this week, the more you speak it out loud, the more other people are like, ooh, I feel called to that. Oh, I feel like I'm part of that like divine assignment too. So I've had other light workers who are like, I don't want to be an entrepreneur. I would love to just do Reiki all day long on people. And I'm like, oh my God, I would love to just like have a center where like you could do that and your like energy exchange would just be like some pro bono people a week. And like I would just like own the land and I'd make the money and I'd invest and I'd like have these centers and have these things and have these communities. Like the reason my soul's called to be a billionaire is that I can like literally just solve problems that are in the 3D worlds that don't make sense. Like we could have green power if someone invested a fuck ton of money in it. I'm like, cool, I'll do that. Cool, I'll make spiritual programs for you. I'll invest in it. And the more I've like stepped up and been like, I'm here to make spiritual programs for youths. I have so many people who are like in nonprofit worlds, who are teachers, who are different parts of the system, who are like, oh, when that's like getting ready to roll, like I'm feeling called to like, that's a part of my vision too. That's a part of those things too. So I'm inviting you also and sharing my vision to like speak your visions into the world. Because I'll get so many clients who will be like, when you started sharing those things, that you're like here to be a better version of a billionaire and like move the world forward in positive directions and move movements forward with love, like that's what gave them permission to like start to be like, I think I might like write a book that's going to help people, or I'm going to be on Oprah's Super Soul Sunday, or I'm going to create a talk show that's all about love and caring for each other and showing that on TV. And I want to invite every soul who's watching to give yourself permission to connect to that big dream, that like abundant identity version of yourself that you're connected to. Like allow yourself to make the baby steps every single day. And a baby step one day could just be like, I'm sleeping all day long because my body needs it. Like allowing yourself to connect and be in your present moment and be like, taking a breath. You can use God, creator, source, energy, universe. You could be like, my intention today is love. How do I show up? What's my next best step? And connecting to that and moving forward in that energy and choosing that for the life that you get to live. So you can be in alignment with your soul's vision, with the divine assignment that you've been given. I love that. That was shared with me earlier this week. And I love, love, love just like recommitting to the divine assignment that my human is here for, that I accepted and that I've been assigned, and that other people were assigned similar ones to co-create together. And that we don't have to feel alone. We don't have to be alone on our journeys, and that we get to receive support and receive guidance that we get to offer to others when we're in an overflowing space as well. Awesome. Okay. I want to help people with self-confidence. Not enough problem. Yeah, clearing past life stuff and recognizing their beauty and perfection that they are. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. I love, love, love that. Oh, so good. And if anyone else feels called to share, you can definitely share that, speak it into the container, speak it into the world, and let other people see you in it. That's amazing. Love, love, love shares. So, for the people who feel called to working with me as a next step on their journey, I'm going to share my screen and share an invitation that the beautiful Connie popped in. So, I'm going to have to, oh my gosh, I have so many tabs open, guys. It's kind of an issue that I have a million tabs open. But we're going to find it so that I can screen share and invite into the next steps anyone who's feeling called. Okay, technology. Okay, and then Alyssa, you know my school for light worker children. Yeah, I was just inviting you to speak it in the space so that other people could see too. So good. Okay, there. Found the page. You guys can see how many tabs I have open. So, do you want to give me a thumbs up, maybe Nadine? Do you see it? Share screen. Pink thing? Yeah. Woo! Okay. So, potential next steps on your journey, if you're so feeling called to my container, is increasing your impact and income, a 3-month coaching and healing journey to move towards 5K to 10K and beyond months. So if you want the more like beyond space and you're like ready to like rubber hits the road, like go right now, you can also chat with me about private, because I also have clients who are hitting like consistent 15K and like 20K months and stuff like that. So this 3-month group container runs from September 8th to December 8th. So we did have our first call on Tuesday. The reason I'm doing this replay on Thursday was because we didn't get to do all the content that I had felt called to doing last Thursday because of the Zoom bombing, but everything happens for a reason. And then I got to embody leadership during whatever the fuck happens. And that was fun too. So we did an intro night. Not all the people were able to like join live on the intro night either. So we're gonna do, our next call is on next Tuesday. So the people who weren't able to introduce themselves on the first call, and anyone who joins in the interim up until Tuesday will also be able to introduce themselves at the beginning of that call. And everything's always recorded. So you can also pop right into the group and see the replay of the first call already. But I am officially closing the doors at midnight, September 15th. So then people aren't gonna like get behind and stuff like that. But I am definitely feeling called that there's some other souls who might be on the fence. And I just didn't want the Zoom bombing from last week to like deter people from connecting to the energy that was feeling called to like be shared. So in this 3-month container, there are 90-minute live group coaching and healing calls every other week to give you the space to really do your homework, to embody these tools, to develop your own tool belt with it. So we're going to dive into clearing similar to how we did tonight. I'm all about clearing the limiting belief systems, clearing the stuff out of your body. I do a ton of subconscious work. And then I also have the conscious pieces. I have the masculine and the feminine. And I'm very much like, I utilize my entire tool belt with all of my clients. So you will receive lessons at the beginning of these module calls, as well as healing downloads to support you in creating your abundant identity and fully embodying it into your world right now and not needing to wait 5 or 20 years in the future. To give yourself permission and know how to harmonize your masculine and feminine energies, so that you can create the impact that you're made to create in the world with even more ease, speed, grace, joy, and love. And then I also have hot seat calls. So we're doing 2-hour hot seat calls every month in the group, where you get to come and be like, this is my challenge, this is limiting belief holding me back, and to be in the hot seat. There's also hot seats toward the ends of the module calls, but the module calls start with lessons first. So in the hot seat calls, you get to clear, release, and let go of all the bullshit that's been holding you back. You get to ask your questions. You get to have more individualized attention to me. And it's very interesting that the more and more and more I do groups, like everyone's energy is always the same. Like someone's like, oh my God, I had that question. Now my question's been answered. Or like, oh my gosh, that's been happening to me. And I thought it was only happening to me. And thank you so much for sharing that. So I love the like synchronized energy of groups. It's just so much fun. So yeah, those are all about just deep dive clearings and healings to move you forward quickly with ease. And then there's also the Facebook community, which I already love so much. They're just like the best tools ever, where you get to have support in between the calls. You get to have accountability and celebrate your wins and have a heart-centered soul family community along with you on the journey of other amazing light workers and coaches and healers who are here to create more impact as well. And also to receive more income, because we deserve to have equal energy exchanges. And the more money we have, the more good things we can do in the world with it. Because right now, how the 3D plane works, you need money to make changes. So that's where I also support you with any challenges that are coming up, any issues coming up with your homework, or if you're feeling like you get stuck in between calls. I also do Facebook Lives in there to clear, release, and let go what's coming up, similar to how we did all the downloads tonight. So over the 3-month journey, we'll work on those keys, the clearing your limiting belief systems, so that you are closing those gaps between where you're at and where you're desiring to be, creating and living and embodying your abundant identity, and then harmonizing your masculine and feminine energies. So here is all the call dates. And then anyone who's not able to join the calls live, they're always up. The recordings are up within 24 hours. We also have figured out how to like stream from like the Zoom into the Zoom room, like into just the private group alone. So some of them will also be up instantly, which is super cool. And then you also have access to the membership site. We're not allowed to say lifetime, like the coaching industry is kind of like moved away from lifetime, like legally, you can't be like lifetimes. But as long as YouTube exists, which is where they're hosted, you will have access to the videos. So as long as those platforms exist, you will have access to your recordings. And then the program will officially end on December 8th and we'll close out the container. So the special bonus that's included with your investment with this is the digital 7-week course for increasing your impact and income, that intensive that I completed before this. And people hit their first like 5K months, 2K months, 3K months. They had their first sale. They moved into like offering packages for the first time ever and sold them with ease. Like people had awesome experiences just with that. So even if you're feeling called to like just get the digital program, let me know. Like we're doing a like special secret early bird on it for the people who are like kind of curious about this work, but are like more in a like, I want to do it at my own self-study pace. So if you want to know that information, you can definitely let me know too. But in that 7-week journey together, we cleared a ton of subconscious limiting beliefs. We did work specifically on visibility. And I even had a client who like their main goal was that and like being more visible. And she's like posting pictures of herself every day on like Instagram and like going on lives. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's like shining her light. And it's like the most incredible thing. It like lights me up to see my clients succeed. It's so bad. So visibility and throat chakra blocks, we dove really deep into those. We went pretty deep into money mindset. I kept like going over on those, so I just also made like bonus money mindset videos in that one too, because I'm like, okay, we're just like, there's so much money mindset, I could probably do a year-long course on just money mindset stuff. Inspired action, moving into your divine harmonized masculine and feminine energies, next level boundaries, and conscious 3D work. So these things in that like 7-week container together were like the starting point. It was like scratching the surface of what's possible for people moving forward. So a number of the people who have been in the 7-week container are already in the 3-month container and are already like, so excited for like next level expansions. So that's what I'm so excited about, is to support people who are like, hell yes, so fucking excited into receiving this. So the investment is one single payment of 2,777. Or if you're preferring monthly installments, then that's 3 monthly payments of 1,111. And to anyone who's like live in the next 24 hours or watching the replay, let me know if you would like an extended payment plan. Like, I don't need the fucking cash today. Like, if you need this, if you're like calling to this and you're like, my soul is guiding me to this work, and you're watching this within the next 24 hours, so for like 9 p.m. on a Friday night, like let me know. And we can also like talk about other things, because I deeply desire the light workers who are here to make more impact to be impacted. If you're just like beautiful and perfect and amazing with tonight's call and you're like, I'm good on my journey, I have other coaches, awesome. If you feel called to working with me, please let me know. We can also get on a call to talk about options. If you're wondering what private is, if you're wondering what group is like, all those different things, I can answer your questions when you ask them to me. The other thing that we do have is a VIP level of this. So you do have to have a private conversation with me about it first. Or if you're an existing client who'd like to get the group level, or someone who's getting ready to re-enroll, you can use the actual buy links on this. If you're not, if you're like, this is like my new experience with Laura and you've never worked with me in the past, you can enroll at the group level and then just forward your confirmation email to hello@coachlaurenmcphee.com to request a VIP upgrade. And I'll get on the phone with you to make sure that the VIP level is the best fit, because I only ever want people in the containers that are the absolute best fit for them. So you get to request that if you're feeling called to it. And then these are the two options here. So if you want to do VIP one payment, it's 5,555, because I'm so in love with angel numbers. Or if you're preferring the 3 monthly payments, it's 2,255. Okay, and then I saw the chat, so I will stop the screen share and tune in. Beautiful, awesome. Okay, so if you guys don't have any other questions, I will send you so much love and light. If you have any questions and you're catching the replay, definitely send me a private message. You can post them in the chat if you want to, like in the comments below under the Facebook. Or I guess if you're getting the replay in the automation sequence, if you signed up and haven't showed up, then you can also just reply to that email and we can talk about the things. So I'm sending everyone so much love and light, and wish you so much success on your journey. Like, please show up and serve in any way that you feel called. Like, the world needs you. There's people who are praying for change, and you get to be a part of that change. You get to feel supported with that, with all of the energy around you, with the people around you. And if it's me, wonderful, and I welcome you into containers. And if it's someone else, like, move towards it, move in your own unique inspired action step. That's the most important thing. And if you have other friends who feel called to this, I also have referral programs, which are super fun. So you can also tag friends, and then I'll ask your friends who actually do enroll, hey, who enrolled you? Like, who let you know about me? And you can also get like bonuses that are super fun that way. So I'm sending everyone lots and lots of love. Bye.